Welcome back. So in last video we discussed value and texture. Now let us start understanding color as well. So if you look at color, color is a very powerful tool in this design, and that can evoke emotions, convey messages, and create visual harmony or contrast. It is one of the very powerful tool. So it is always important for anyone who wants to do a better communication to understand the basics of color. And this understanding can enhance a designer's ability to communicate ideas effectively and in a very right manner. In graphic design, color is an very essential element, and that refers to the visual perceptions created by the way light interact with object and is interpreted by the human eyes. So both plays how light reflected from the surface accordingly we see colors, and also these colors create some different kind of emotions. To understand how this color play happen, we need to understand the color theory. And here we are going to just touch upon the basics. For example, color wheel and then different color combination and some of the emotions how you can create or evoke using colors. So what is color and what color do? So if you will ask me, colors open up the world of visual sensation. One can see very breathtaking change from black and white to color design. And this is kind of an extraordinary rich tool for an artist or designer, but at the same time extremely complex. So it plays a very important role in communicating emotions, setting the tone, and enhancing the visual hierarchy of a design. So it is very important that one should understand color in a very right manner, because the meaning also changes from context to context and culture to culture. Different culture has different kind of connotations about the color in their cultural setup and social setup. So if you look at this is a good example to understand the power of color. Adding color to a black and white image introduces a sense of dynamism, and this is happening by injecting life, depth, and focus. And this is quite appropriate if you closely observe these two images. The first one looks very flat and with less three dimensionality, whereas suddenly if you move to the second image, because of color it becomes very vibrant and live, and then at the same time the fullness and volume is also very much apparent. So this is what power can a color can have, uh, and then can give you a power to create an impact through your visuals and design. Wow. Color can also help to create a focal point and draw attention. A touch of color in a predominantly black and white image immediately captures the viewer eyes, and this contrast adds visual interest and direct attention to a specific part of the image. So this is a very interesting example by artist Banksy, where he has created this graffiti, the girl with balloon. And then if you look at the balloon, is everything is in black and white, only two red color patches you can see, and because of this it is catching eye, and there is another red color. So wherever there is a small patch of color which is coming in full black and white image, immediately it is getting highlighted, right? Now let us discuss color wheel, and this will also help us to understand how different kind of colors are getting created. The color wheel is a visual representation of colors and their relationships. Understanding it helps in selecting colors that works well together and help you out to communicate meanings which is appropriate in certain context. If you look at color wheel, There are primary colors, so I have mentioned them as PPP. So here it is red, yellow, and blue. These colors are the color which cannot be created by mixing other colors, and they are pure in nature. So you cannot create red by mixing other color, or yellow, or maybe the blue. So and then after primary there is secondary colors. So these colors are the colors formed by mixing primary colors. So if you mix red and yellow, you will get orange, right? So this is a secondary color. I have marked it as S. So orange, if you mix red and blue, you will get purple. And when you mix yellow and blue, you will get green, right? So this is how when primary colors are mixed, you get the secondary color. So there are three primary colors, and by mixing these three primary colors with each other, you will get the three other secondary colors. Now there is a tertiary colors which can be created by mixing primary color with a secondary color, right? So and if you look into this color wheel, so this is secondary color. For example, if you are mixing green and blue, and then you are getting this color which is uh, in between this blue and green. And if you are mixing, for example, yellow and orange, you are getting yellow orange. If you are mixing yellow and green, you are getting yellow green, which is tertiary. When you are mixing red and orange, you red orange. And red and purple, red purple, purple and blue, uh, blue purple, right? So all these the things which has been marked as T are the tertiary color. So you get how many tertiary color? uh, 3 and then 3 6. So you have 3 primary colors, 3 secondary color, and 6 tertiary color. I hope you will remember. And then best way to understand this is you take this pure color, primary color, okay, and do this exercise at home. And to do this exercise, for example, you have taken red, yellow, and blue. Now take equal amount of red and blue and mix them. You will get this color. And similarly, equal amount of yellow and blue, you will get green. Similar and same thing with red and yellow, and you will get orange. So idea is if you just you go back, and then when in your free time when you are trying to understand this how this mixing happens, try to create a color wheel like this, or you can take your own way to create in a different style. All right, so you will do this. Let us move ahead and then see another representation. So this is a Munsell color system, and it is a color space that specifies color based on three properties of color. So one is hue, and hue is the basic color. Then second one is value, which is about lightness and darkness, and then third one is chroma, and chroma is basically it refer to the color intensity, right? So in color theory, hue is the basic attributes that define the a pure color, such as red, blue, green, yellow, right? It's essentially what we commonly refer to a color in everyday language uh, is a hue. So you cannot, I mean, that is the pure color which you get. And hue distinguishes one color family from another one on a color wheel, and it is the foundation of creating different colors by adding brightness, saturation, or mixing with other hues. So these are the hues. You have yellow, yellow red, red, red purple, purple. So now by mixing other color with this, or if you want to get tint and shades, you can also create by adding black and white. You can, so you get other colors. So but within this, these are the pure color, right? So it is, for example, here there are different values which has been created. So if you talk about value, value refers to how light or dark a color is. So whether it is the blackest one or this is towards the white, the lightest one. A value scale goes from typically 0, which is pure black, to white, which is pure white. I mean 10 number, which is pure white. Black and white, and then the shades of gray in between are called neutral color. So all these things are neutral color, including black and white. And then why neutral? Because they don't really create much emotions, and they are very subtle and neutral in terms of uh, um, understanding, from the understanding point of view, because they have no hue ideally. So color with hue like red, blue or green are called chromatic colors, right? And the value scale can be used for both chromatic colors and neutral colors. So within chromatic also you can create different values. In color theory, the third one is the chroma refers to the intensity or purity of a color. Okay, so if you look at this side, this is the higher intensity and purest color, and this is the dull version of it. Okay, so it describes how vivid or saturated color appears. High chroma colors are bold, for example, this one, vibrant, and appear more intense, while low chroma colors are dull, more muted, and can appear closer to gray, right? So, in this, the last one, which you can see. And this chroma is often adjusted by adding gray or by mixing a color with its complement to decrease its intensity. Okay. So, for example, a bright red apple has a high chroma, while a faded, washed out red would have low chroma. So this side, the right side, it is towards the high value. Left side is towards the low value. Okay. So both chroma and value can affect how a color appears on the screen or on to your eyes. Bright colors with high chroma may appear lighter, higher in value because of their intensity, and dark color with low value often look muted. But increasing their chroma can make them appear more vibrant without changing their darkness as well. Right? So I hope you are little clear about the hue, value, and chroma. Right? We'll move ahead, and then there are three more terms: tint, tones, and shades. So tint, tones, and shades are ways to adjust a color's appearance by mixing it with white, gray, or black, and each affects the color's value and chroma, changing its look and feel. For example, adding white to a color creates a tint. Okay, so when if you want different tints, you gradually add white color and you will get it. This lightens the color, and then you will be like color will become very light, and it because of that it gives a softer pastel appearance to the color. Similarly, for tints are often used for calming or gentle effects. Okay, so these are more soother color in when you are using the tints. When you add gray or a mix of black and white to a color, it creates tone. Okay, so tints are created by adding white, so you get lighter version. Tones are created by adding gray, where you mix black and white together. Okay, and then create gray, and that gray is added with the color. And this reduces the color intensity or chroma, making it more subdued or muted. So tones are more muted, and tones are versatile and they add depth, making color look more sophisticated and balanced. Another thing is adding black to a color creates shades. So you saw tints, tones. Tints is by adding white, tones by adding gray, and how you create gray by adding black and white. Okay, and then the third is shades, and you create shades by adding black to the color. So this darkness, whenever you add black color to any color, this make the color more darker and making it appear richer or more dramatic, right? So sets are often used for bold and intense effect in any design field. To understand this hue, value, chroma, tint, tone, and shades, this is very interesting exercise where you can. Uh, so this is an example from classroom exercise where students were asked to take a picture and recreate this in pixel format using paint on white sheets. So this exercise is very useful to understand uh, how color mix and behave together, right? How to mix color and create the another set of color. If you look at this image and then the patience, but you need patience to create all these tint shades and tones, whatever is needed to replicate this image. But at the same times, each blocks is different, the different values, right? Different uh, sets of a color or tints of a color. So this is another exercise which you can maybe try and work out at home, and then accordingly you will be able to understand how this mixing, color mixing happens, and how it creates different kind of emotions and effects. These are few more examples from the classroom exercise where a student has done a very brilliant work, amazing work in terms of replicating these images into pixel. But at the same times, this has came out really good. If you want to see it even more clearer, I would suggest you close your eyes half and then look at these pixel images. If you will find that it is very close to the image which has been used to render create this artwork. Another important thing is color harmony. Color harmony refers to color combination that are visually appealing. There are different schemes to combine colors, and some of the basic schemes are this complementary colors, analogous color, triadic color, then there are tetradic color. So there are different ways how you mix this color and or use this color. So if you're talking about complementary, means the color which are exactly opposite on the color wheel. So these two colors are complementary, and you can use, for example, if you're working with any color composition uh, which has which has a complementary color combination, you can use this, or maybe purple and yellow, or green and red. So exactly opposite colors are complementary colors. Then this is analogous color. So where the color and then their adjacent colors are called analogous. So these three, or if you go, these three are analogous, or these three colors are analogous, or maybe red, orange, and orange are analogous colors. So any three, the one color and then their adjacent colors becomes the analogous color. Similarly, if you look at triadic color, so equally spaced color on the color wheel. So if you say yellow, blue, and red, they are triadic. Or you just look at this, and then this color. So yellow, orange, then this blue is green, and then you go leaving three colors. This one, so purple, red. So this again triadic color. So any three colors equally spaced on color wheel will become triadic color. Similarly, if it is tetradic, any four color equally spaced on color wheel will form the tetradic color. Clear? Let's move ahead and now talk about color psychology. So color can influence how people feel and interpret a design, and and this is called color psychology. For example, if you look at red, red can suggest excitement, passion, danger in a design composition. Similarly, if you look at blue, blue suggests trust, calmness, and professionalism in some sense. Whereas if you look at yellow, yellow can suggest happiness, energy, and attention. Similarly, green is associated with nature, growth, and health, whereas purple may suggest royalty, luxury, and wisdom. That's why you will find a lot of luxury items. Advertisement purple color has been used in a dominance, right? All the fashion magazine and other places. But one thing you should remember that the meaning of color is often symbolic and varies across culture. In design, colors are not interpreted universally. That thing you should remember. They carry different associations depending on cultural background and individual memories. So, for instance, someone who grew up in a coastal area may associate blue with tranquility, right? While another person might feel sadness or coldness when viewing the same color. So, it totally depends what kind of experience you have in real life, what kind of culture you belongs, and in those culture, how the color has been used throughout the timeline, and accordingly, this meaning get changed. So things to be remember is use contrasting color to make elements stand out. For example, if you're working with background and text, you should use proper contrast. Another thing is too much color can be overwhelming. So use a limited palette to maintain visual harmony and create balance. Also, use a consistent color scheme across a project to establish brand identity or visual coherence. So, for example, if you're working on suppose branding a concert, and then if you're creating different kind of collaterals, and if your color is changing from each collaterals, different color is you are using, it will break the visual consistency and harmony. So you should develop one color scheme before working on any project, and accordingly that color can help you to connect elements and designs to each other, and then wherever you are looking, whether you are the poster is placed in one corner of the country and another poster is placed in another corner of country, but if you are encountering both posters at two different times, you will be able to uh, guess that both belongs to the same group, right? You can try this looking at different kind of collaterals, design collaterals for any specific project. All right, so we will stop here and conclude the session as well as this module on introduction to element of design. We have covered each elements in detail, and I hope by now you will be able to see, identify, and understand the role of each element in any design composition. Now, in the next module, Professor Saurav will start with principles of design, and it is very important to understand. Then only we'll be able to use all these elements in a very effective way. So, in that module, you will know how to use these elements to create powerful composition. But before we leave, I want you to look at this green circle for 10 to 15 seconds. Basically, you have to stare on it. So you have to open your eyes full and then stare on this green circle, and tell me what color you see when I move to the next slide. If you are ready, then we will start this exercise. Should we go? Okay, start. So you stare on this circle for 10 seconds, and once I move to next, keep your eyes wide open. Now look at this screen. What color did you see? So, right, it's pink is red or a light red color, right? So, so this is one way to understand how color behaves with the surrounding and what kind of illusion it can create. This exercise you can do with other colors as well, and you might see other colors on the white screen. Okay, so all right, then enough for now. I will be meeting you again in the introduction to typography module. After this module, there will be two modules which is going to be taken by Professor Saurav. One is design principle and another is Gestalt theory. So till then, bye and see you soon. I hope you are enjoying the class and you are also trying out the different exercises at home. But remember that at the end of each module, we have kept some assignments for you guys, and then you are supposed to do it and then submit those assignments for evaluation. And not only just for evaluation, but you, if you will do it, then you will be able to understand all the fundamentals in a better way. So doing is the key for understanding design and then understanding any fundamentals in design. So so I hope you will exercise this again and again at home. So see you soon. Bye.